So this is not my area of expertise because I hate to talk about anything religion, but I saw this girl's video and I watched it to the end and I was like, I had to say something about it simply because one thing that made me start backtracking from religion, and let me say this, I have the utmost respect for every religion. If it works for you, it works for you. It just doesn't work for me. And the reason it doesn't work for me is because I tried, okay, so I was raised I would say I was raised a Catholic, but not really because my mom was Protestant. And then we went from synagogue to Redeem, from Redeem to Assemblies, to St. Dominic's, to like mention all the churches. We've been there and back, if that makes any sense. And then at some point in my life in university, I was now going to St. Dominic's and then was going to one church, Bagada, that axis, that road. If you know that road, that highway that links over Oshoki to Bagada and Thoni, there's one church there. And this was how, the more I listened to this sermon, the more the thing did not make sense to me, especially one time when they were talking about premarital sex. And then the pastor was like, some of you, when the guy's about to want to sleep with you, you will not be asking, do you love me? I mean, mind, I was not wondering, but the Bible says that we should not do. You know what I'm trying to say? Which is the one that you're trying to give us soft landing. But that was not even the turning point. It was more like the place I started having doubts was when one night I was going to go and watch movie. It was almost like to 12 in the night with someone and I was just in front. That was Ozone. For those of you who live in Lagos. And then next thing, I saw this man. And this man was not with our mommy in the Lord. He was not looking left and right like a thief in the night. I had to call the person that introduced me to the church. I was like, this is what I saw. Only for the person to tell me, we don't worship this, we worship God. And that's the thing, Every time you call out something or you find something that does not align with what you know, because religion or not, the truth is many of us know our left from our right. You get, they always find a way to. And then most of the people were always calling me to God, where I was even better than them. If that makes any sense. So for example, the last incident I had was when I was in Turkey and someone was inviting me to church. And then, so I then bought goods and sent them to her, told the company to send them to her. Unbeknownst to this lady, she didn't know that the company had already weighed the goods. She was not adding like 1 or 2 kilos on top. And you'll not be asking yourself, if I am better than these people who dwell in the house of the Lord, what's the point? Because even the Bible says we should not fellowship with unbelievers. So, and I don't know really what unbelievers mean, but if I told you I was going to a club today, you most likely would look at me and be like, yeah, club is for the devil. But why would I want to expose myself to something that hurts me? Why would I want to expose myself to a group of people that do not align with my values, if that makes any sense? So I think for me, there's a lot of story to the turning point, but the bottom line was, I think the moment when I began to rethink this thing was when I realized that I had more values than the people in the church.